Good morning, I'm Gemma and we are doing some sun salutations on the edge of the cliff, as you can see. We're filming just down the road from my house in Cornwall. And what I often find with students that come to me and they want to do something at home, do some yoga at home, they want to do a little bit every day, nothing too much and something that's easy to remember. So what I do with them is what I call classical sun salutations. So we're going to have a look at some sun salutations now and start off by breaking down the poses and then put it together with the breath. So this is something that's really easy to do on your own at home, and just a couple of rounds at the start of the day, at the end of the day is great. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes is a fantastic place to start. Okay, so we'll come to the top of your mat and take your feet together. So we're outside now, not so flat to the ground. So you have to just be a little bit creative when you do yoga outside and the ground's not flat. So please bear with me. Okay, so the feet together, and we start with the hands at the heart center. So to start with, your very first round, it's nice to create your foundation, which means pressing the feet consciously into the earth. So all four corners of the feet, the inner and the outer balls and the inner and the outer heels, pressing equally down into your mat or into the earth. And spreading the toes of your feet, lifting them up and placing them back down on the mat. Okay, so we've consciously connected to the ground beneath us. Taking the hands lightly together at the heart center. And we'll start by reaching the arms up overhead, bringing the palms together and folding in, swan diving, sweeping the arms down by your side. We're going to take the hands either side of the feet, so bend the knees as much as you need to bring the forehead in towards the knees and fold in. From here, step the right foot back as far as it will go along your mat and take the knee down, pointing the toes and then looking forward and taking your heart forward. So taking the heart forward, shoulders down, feel the hips sinking down towards the mat. So what often happens here is that people don't step this foot back far enough and it comes here, and when we sink the hips down, this knee comes way past the ankle. So we want this knee to stay directly over the ankle, so maybe wiggle the right knee back a little bit more in order to get that. So just be aware of that. So tucking the toes, pressing into the hands to come into plank pose, holding the body at the top of a push-up. So having the tummy tucked in towards the spine, pressing back through the heels, dropping onto the knees, and then bring the chest down in between the hands. So keeping the elbows tucked into your sides, pointing the toes, stretching through all 10 toes, squeezing the elbows in, shoulders down away from the ears, and lifting up the head and the shoulders to come into cobra pose, spreading the fingers of the hands. From here, downward dog, tucking the toes, pressing into the hands and taking the sit bones high to the sky. So in downward dog, we want to start off as a back stretch. Sometimes the hamstrings are too tight in order to lengthen the back and straighten the legs at the same time. So for this, we'll start with the knees bent and press the sit bones high, and then have a go at straightening one leg at a time. And if straightening the leg brings an arch to your back, something like this, then keep the knees a little bit bent in downward dog to start with. Okay, from here we're going to step the right foot forward between the hands. So here we go. Sometimes that can be quite a big step first thing in the morning. So if it is a little bit much, we can take the left knee down first and then swing the right foot around. And then we're there, ready to go. Okay, left foot comes up to meet the right foot. We're back to our forward fold with the knees as bent as we need them. Then we straighten the legs, straighten the back, and sweep the arms back up to come all the way back to where we started. And hands to the heart center. Okay, so that's half a sun salutation. So we'll go on to the left side, and then we'll have done one complete round. Okay, so left side, here we go. Reaching the arms up overhead and folding forward from the hips, swan diving the heart forward, forehead in towards the knees, bending the knees as much as you need to, stepping the left foot back this time, as far as it will go, bringing the knee down, pointing the toes, remembering that this knee needs to be over the ankle, so make any adjustments that you need to. Heart forward, gazing forward, coming to plank pose, tucking the toes, sweeping the right foot back to meet the left, top of a push-up, shoulders over wrists, dropping down onto the knees, chest down in between the hands, keeping the elbows in, pointing the toes, squeezing the elbows close to you, shoulders down away from the ears and lifting up into cobra, little back bend. Downward facing dog, tucking the toes, pressing into the hands, sit bones reaching up to the sky, remembering to bend the knees if you need to in order to release the hamstrings and get the back nice and straight, or straightening the legs and bringing the heels down if you have that flexibility. So we're going to step the left foot forward between the hands. Again, if that's a little bit much for the morning, we can bring the right knee down and swing the left foot through. Another option, sometimes we get that foot really close but not quite there. So we bring the left foot forward and we get just not quite there. So just grab the foot with your hand and put it there. That's fine. We just really want to get that foot between the hands. Okay? Bringing the right knee down, pointing the toes and taking the heart forward before stepping all the way forward to fold. Feet together, forehead to knees, bending the knees if we need to, and then straightening the legs, straightening the spine, sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. Palms together and hands to the heart center. Okay, so that's one round of our classical sun salutations. So we'll do one more round together and I'll go through all the different alignment adjustments, and we'll keep taking it slow, so don't worry. Okay, reaching the arms up overhead and folding in, forehead to knees, hands either side of the feet, stepping the right foot back, knee down, pointing the toes, sinking the hips, heart forward, stepping back to plank pose, body parallel, top of a push-up, dropping onto the knees, chest in between the hands, elbows in, pointing the toes, lifting up to cobra pose, shoulders down away from the ears, tucking the toes, pressing back to downward facing dog, bending the knees if you need to, stepping the right foot forward or the left knee and then the right foot between the hands, dropping the left knee, pointing the toes, stepping all the way forward to fold in at the front, forehead to knees, straightening the legs, straightening the spine and coming all the way up, circling the arms and hands down at the heart center. Carrying straight on for the left side, reaching the arms up overhead, folding in, swan diving, forehead to knees, stepping the left foot back, knee down, heart forward, knee over ankle, remember. Stepping back to plank, holding the body parallel, strong pose, dropping the knees, chest in between the hands, elbows squeezing in, pointing the toes, lifting up to cobra, shoulders down away from the ears, little back bend, tucking the toes, pressing back to downward facing dog, dropping the heels down or having the knees a little bit bent, left foot steps between the hands. So either left foot goes straight ahead or right knee down and then left foot. Folding in at the top of the mat, forehead to knees. And coming up to stand, straightening the legs, straightening the back, sweeping the arms, hands together and release at the heart center. Okay, so that's one whole round, right side and left side. So we need to make sure that we do both sides in order to balance the body on both sides. So now we're going to bring in the breath. With each pose, there's an inhale, an exhale, or a retaining of the breath, holding the breath. So we'll do it slowly to start with, and I'll tell you what the breath is. Don't worry about following with the breath exactly. And then we'll have another go, and we'll try and do it in time with the breath. Always remember to work with your breath. So sometimes your breath is faster or slower, and try and do the movements in line with your breath rather than making your breath fit with your movements. Okay, so we'll take the hands at the heart center, and we'll be thinking about the breath as we move through this round, but not necessarily following it exactly. Okay, so we're going to inhale and raise the arms up. And as we exhale, folding in forehead to knees. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back, knee down, pointing the toes. Holding the breath as we come into plank pose. Exhaling the knees and the chest down between the hands. Pointing the toes, inhaling to cobra, elbows squeezing in, shoulders down. Tucking the toes, exhaling to downward facing dog with the hips high. Inhaling to step the right foot forward or left knee down and then the right foot. Exhaling to bring the left foot forward as we fold in. Inhaling, straight legs, straight spine, sweeping the arms up overhead. And exhaling, bringing the hands back to center. Okay, left side. Inhaling to reach up. Exhaling to fold in, forehead to knees. Inhaling, left foot back, knee down, pointing the toes. Holding the breath, plank pose. Exhaling, knees and chest down onto the mat. Pointing the toes, elbows in, cobra pose. Exhaling, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left foot forward, or right knee and then left foot, pointing the toes. Exhaling all the way forward to fold, forehead to knees. Inhaling, straight legs, straight back, all the way back up to stand. And exhaling, hands to the heart center. Okay, so now we'll do another round with the breath a little bit faster this time so we can keep the breath flowing with the movements. Okay, inhaling as we reach up. Exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, right foot back, knee down. Holding the breath, plank pose. Exhaling, knees and chest. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right foot steps through between the hands, left knee down. Exhaling, forward to fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Left side, inhaling up. Exhaling, folding in, forehead to knees. Inhaling, left foot back, knee down. Holding the breath, plank pose. Exhaling, knees and chest. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left foot steps forward, knee down, pointing the toes. Exhaling all the way forward to fold. And inhaling all the way up. Exhaling to the heart center. Okay, next round. I'm going to say the breaths without the physical cues. So try and follow along, just listening to the breath and see if you can remember what the movements are. Obviously you can look at me if you need a bit of guidance. Okay, so just the breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling right, holding the breath. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling right, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Carrying straight on, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling left. Holding the breath. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling left. Exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling the hands back to center. Okay, last round. No guidance, no words. We'll just do it together. Okay, so have a go. Try not to look at the screen if you can. And I'm always here if you need a reminder. Okay, ready. Let's go. Left side. There we go. So that was a nice quick intro to classical sun salutations, and also giving you a little taste of maybe doing it on your own without guidance, which is exactly what you need just to do those couple of rounds in the morning, couple of rounds in the evening, without even thinking about it. You can just jump on your mat and do a couple of rounds. So enjoy practicing your sun salutations. Namaste.